Good morning. Welcome back to Alma, Missouri. We're back on the farm. And Romeo is not here yet. We are year one in August. At the end of the last episode, we sold all the horses in the barn, and I was talking about the next update to the map, and it's time. It's time to rebuild. So, with that, let's go ahead and sit back, relax, and start the rebuild of our farm on Alma, Missouri. All right, so we're just gonna jump into the air. Let's go to our player, turn on some flight mode, and I think we are done with phase 1 of the build. We got a new sheep pen, which we wanted anyway. I didn't like the storage capacity of the slurry pit, so we added a larger confinement for that. Reorganized, drew a new road in. Put our 3 different bell storages back down with room over here for storing of a couple of things. Then the silage mixer. I still need to get the grain dryer put in, but that's going to be overall pretty easy enough to do. We got to a water source, to our pits. We widen the gap in between there so we can get the forage harvester through there for unloading of stuff. And over here we got a big drive-through garage now for our semis that we're going to be parking in there now. And yes, we also put in an ethanol station over here. Now, I had the original idea to put it on, and I forgot to even take the save off as I was building, but I wanted to put it over here by the BG8, but this ground is no longer purchasable. And yesterday when I was doing the initial build, this ground I purchased and I put it there, and I kind of liked it. I thought it worked well there, but now I can't even purchase that section. So these two are out of the question, and that ground I purchased there with the BGA on it is out of the question as well. I also put in a butcher shop. So we set that up. We are going into the beef cattle industry here, which means there's going to be a lot of changes for that. We're going to be adding a lot more barns to our process. And that may encompass like field 8 or field 7, something like that. But we got our original ground purchased, and we did spend $47,000 over here to buy the land that we could put the butcher shop and the ethanol plant on. So yeah, things are coming along nicely, and let's get back over here and turn off our flight mode. Put in a road here, just so we can go up to our shop. We should have made the distance big enough here to get our semis to turn in. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, we're gonna have plenty of room for our semis. We got a couple of rooms over here for storage. And these will be tractor locales, something. We'll figure it out. So yes, this is phase 1 of our rebuild. We still need to get all the rest of our supplies purchased. And all of the new pieces of equipment. I mean, we still got all of the old stuff in here, which the headers, we're gonna be doing something different with those. Don't have any room back here. I didn't mind driving back here, with the semis to park them over here, but that was going to change anyway. So yeah, I think outside of this shop, we're gonna download another mod. We're gonna put a storage rack for our headers. That way, because game plan in the future, we're gonna have 2 combines running. So yeah, I think we're moving along pretty swimmingly. I think I upgraded the fuel tank. I need to get rid of some of the bushes around here, but it's all going to come in time. We got a lot of work to do ahead of us to get everything continued to be brought over to where we currently were in the game. But yeah, just want to thank you all for joining this nice little video. It's going to be a time lapse. Yeah, you should have known that, because I wouldn't have. It would have been done with a time lapse anyway. But yeah, thank you all, and we'll catch you when the series starts again. Until then, catch you later. Bye, everybody.